The AMX ELC bis is a French Tier 5 light tank. It was developed from 1957 through 1961 to provide the French airborne troops with an air-transportable vehicle that could engage heavy tanks. The vehicle mounted a 90mm gun and had a very low silhouette. The two crew members were seated in the turret, which could turn 360 degrees, but only when the vehicle was not moving. Variants with different guns were planned, but only one prototype was manufactured, and the vehicle never saw service. In World of Tanks, the AMX ELC bis leads to the AMX 12-ton, but let's see how it fares in some gameplay. Hello guys and welcome back to World of Tanks, and as you can see today I have a treat for you. Well, I didn't have this replay, or should I say I didn't have this tank in the replays previously, and I have to say that I have been missing a lot. So I have gone through the French light tank line when I was back in the days when I was going for the Batchet, and well, the ELC wasn't even in the game, so yeah, I have missed this tank completely. I haven't played it and I really don't know how you should play it, but as far as I'm seeing, people are having great games in this one, and this is going to be one of those games. So let me tell you a couple of things about the characteristics, but before I do that I forgot to mention that 8ur4zCRO is driving this one and he's playing on the Mountain Pass, and as you can see the ELC, his ELC is equipped with the binoculars and he is equipped with the camo net, which provides this small tank with the carried camouflage. A little bit more camouflage, just not to get spotted by the enemy tanks that are trying to cross on the other side, even though if he is firing and even though he is shooting at them, really the KV-1S doesn't have the opportunity to spot him, not even the Type T-34 that was pretty close there on the slope on the enemy side, but not able to spot the ELC there. So what I was going to say here is that you get a pretty nice light tank, French Tier 5 light tank, and well, if you are going to play this light tank, you have to consider this light tank to be a tank destroyer as well, because this gun on a Tier 5 tank is something that you are going to look forward to, because as you can see, he is fighting against other Tier 5s, the KV-1Ss, the KV-1s, and he is punching big holes into the enemy's sides and the rear, and also into the enemy's front, because 175mm on this gun is enough to go through every Tier 5. He is maybe going to struggle with some Tier 6, but he is definitely going to have problems with Tier 8. But fortunately he is not in the Tier 8 games, he is in a Tier 6, and we can see that he is having a great game in his ELC. For now, we are going to see how this one ends, and we are going to see what he is going to be able to do. So, as I said, pretty nice camo net, pretty nice camouflage on the tank. A good gun, make it a small scout, small tank destroyer if you play it like a damage dealer. Even though it's a scout, you can definitely see it's a tank destroyer. Not able to move the cupola nowhere around the left and right side. Playing like a tank destroyer really is one of the options with this tank. Now he gets spotted here. The small silhouette of the tank really doesn't allow the KV-1S to shoot him. The KV-1S wasn't even that close to hitting. Now, as also one thing to mention is that the mobility of this tank is pretty great. As you can see, it gets up to its top speed, 65 km/h, which is insane considering that this small tank is, well, going to be a small target on the battlefield that you are trying to hit, and well, you're not going to hit it that easily. One problem for the ELC is that every gun with 390 damage basically can one-shot it if it hits it, so yeah, that's something that you have to consider. 400 HP, really not enough. And now he is duking out here with the enemy AMX ELC. This is what I was talking about, you cannot turn the turret completely. Who is going to fire first? Yes, 8ur4zCRO fires first, finishes off the enemy ELC, and now he is in a good position to fight off against the other enemy tanks. A handbrake turn there, aiming on the T-34. Unfortunately he misses this one, and now he is preparing to once again shoot on the T-34. T-34 misses, now trying to duke out with the T-34. the long end time. Oh, he snapshots this one and he bounces a shot from the T-34. What a great result there. So yeah, long reload time is going to give you trouble because you're not going to be able to snapshot like this one. This was pretty lucky, I have to say. 2.9 I believe is the aim time on the... Was I saying reload time all of the time? Yeah, I was talking about the aim at the time. So 2.9 seconds aim time is not really that great. You're going to struggle with that when you're trying to put snapshots in the enemy team, but well, if you are playing steady like a tank destroyer from some bush, you are going to do a lot of damage in that way. So now he's going to fight off with the OI and the T-28. He really wants to help his friendly artillery there. He doesn't want to leave it alone, and he is not going to let the OI and the T-28 push into the cap circle and cap the base and finish the game like that one. Now what he needs to do here is go for the T-28 first, finishes off the T-28, and this is going to be so beautiful because yeah, this OI cannot really put the gun down so much to get the shot on the ELC. That's the problem with the big tanks. Some big tanks really cannot put the gun down and they cannot shoot at the ELC. So what the OI should be doing here is just trying to ram the ELC. What a beautiful handbrake turn there. Again on the side of the OI, puts one in. Is the OI going to have the possibility to repair himself? Nope, circling again once again around the OI, and now I really want to drive this tank for myself. This is so nice to watch. At this point that OI really didn't stand a chance, even though he was fighting against something that he can eat for breakfast if he gets a shot in it. Finish it off in one shot, but there you go. You cannot always expect that you're going to kill the ELC because, as I said, a small target. You have to be really careful when driving those big tanks. Now you can see that the game is going very well. On the enemy team there is only M44 left. The friendly artillery kills it. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. So as we can see, not really a lot of medals here for Buras, but he got Fire for Effect, High Caliber, and of course the Mastery Badge Ace Tanker as always. Team score sheet, we can see that he finished first in his ELC. He got 1282 experience, 3 kills, and over 2700 damage. On the detailed report, we can see that he fired 14 shots, of which 12 hit the target and 12 penetrated. And as he was firing a couple of premium shells into that OI, he got a loss of 30,000 credits with a premium account. So just a summary of what we saw in this gameplay. Now we saw the excellent use of the ELC. Excellent mobility, excellent camo rating, and also excellent gun. Everything put to good use whenever it was needed. Even though this tank is made of paper, when you get yourself into a situation to fight against big and slow heavy tanks, you are going to, well, if you're a good skilled player, you are going to do a lot of damage and you are going to defend the cap and finish the game in style. As always, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, leave a dislike. Leave a comment what you think about the ELC and do you even drive these kind of tanks. Also, if you don't know what to watch next, you can watch the previous video in the IS-3A Kolobanov's medal, even though he was fighting against enemies, and also the internet connection. And when you are done doing all that stuff, you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. Hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.